Are you ready?
Activate.
Sequence start 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Shadows in the Dark right here on Blog Talk Radio. I'm your host, Jeremiah Greer, and tonight I am joined by four little co-hosts. Now, I know we talked about my four kids that were going to join us tonight, but that's kind of changed around a little bit. We have my two youngest and my niece and nephew as well. So let's go ahead and introduce each one and let them say hello. We'll get into our news and some of our happenings around Shadows in the Dark, and then we'll get into this show that I am sure is going to be very interesting. Now, we've got a few people saying they can't hear anything, so try refreshing if at all possible. Let's see if we can make sure we get this up and running before we get started. All right, let's make sure everybody's out there and can hear us. Let's see. We've already got someone on the line here. They might be just calling in to check it out. Let's just double check here as we're waiting. For everyone to kind of let us know that they are hearing some stuff here. Looks like we're having some difficulties right here on Blog Talk Radio. It happens off and on. All right, there we go. So it sounds like we got some people listening, and everybody else in the chat room there, let me know that you're good as well, if you could please. All right, well, let's go ahead and check to see if this caller here is calling in to listen or what here. So we have a caller on the line. What's your name and where are you from?
Well, assuming that you've got me there, Jeremiah, it's Scott Marlowe.
Oh, hey, Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully. I couldn't miss tonight, especially since you're talking to the young ones.
Yeah, we're going to have an interesting show tonight, I'm sure. I got my kids around me with my niece and nephews, and we're going to play a nice little song for everyone as well at some point in the show.
I can't wait.
All right. Well, so are you hearing everything out there pretty well?
Yeah, I'm getting it just fine. I was getting it on the website and on Skype, so I had to turn one off because it was the delay. But
yeah.
It seemed to be working just fine.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, well, Scott, I hope you enjoy tonight's show, and don't poke fun at us too much as we sing our silly little song we've got lined up. So it should be a lot of fun tonight.
No problem. Don't worry.
All right, Scott. Well, we'll talk to you later, okay?
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone. There we go. Starting a little bit off with a little call from Scott Marlowe there, one of our favorite guests here on the show, who has been on with us many, many times. Okay, well, let's go around the table here and introduce everybody. We're going to start with my youngest, whose name is Achilles Constantine. He is 3 years old, and Achilles, we want to say hey to everybody. Say hey.
Hey.
You got to get closer to the mic. Say hey.
Hey.
All right, well, that's Achilles. Our next one is my other son. His name is Orion Starr. Of course, all of them have the last name Greer. And he is 35 years old, right? You're not 35?
No.
How old are you?
8.
You don't know how old you are?
8.
All right, he's 8 years old, so we'll let him say hey to everybody.
Hello.
All right, that's Orion. That's the one, the little commercial about rating our shows. Well, there is the star of that commercial. All right, so now we have my niece over here on the other side, and her name is Caroline. So we'll let her say hey and tell us how old she is.
Hey, I'm 6.
All right, so that's Caroline, who is 6 years old. Now we've got my nephew. Oh, wait, she said she meant 7, so she don't know how old she is either. So so I think they might be a little bit nervous. So now we have we have my yeah, we've got Isaiah next. He is my nephew. So Isaiah, tell everybody hey and how old you are.
Hello, I'm 8 years old.
All right, so that is Isaiah, and he is 8 years old. So everybody at one time, give everybody a great hello.
Hello. Hello.
All right. All right, well, there is who is going to be my co-host tonight. Yes, we've got a full house tonight with hosts. So, all right, so here we go. Let's get into some of the happenings that are going around the show and, you know, things that are taking place so we can so you kind of know what's going on. So everybody's saying hello. Thank you so much there in the chat room. First off, we do have our forum open. Now, last time we sent everybody over to it, we had just a little bit of an issue. Issue has been resolved. So if you want to check our forum, become a member, please do so. We are trying to build it up. We really need members to get in there, start posting. There's a lot of features. You can earn credits as you post to purchase little things in our shop like downloads and books and DVDs. We're getting things in that shop there. So it's actually free. All you do is post and you get something. So and there's other features there too. We've got an arcade, a little of this and that. It's really a lot of fun. And we really need help in going over and getting members in there and get this forum built up. So just go to www.shadowsinthedarkradio.com/community. If you just go to our main website, shadowsinthedarkradio.com, you'll see a link to it that says forum. You can go that way as well. Now, also, I think that's about all the happenings that are going on right now. So I think it's about time for the news. All right, everyone, here is our paranormal news around the community. It seems that UFO spotters in the wells have been warned how to stop themselves from being abducted by little green men by wearing an easy-to-make helmet to block alien thoughts. Now, U.S. aircraft worker Michael Minkin designs thought screens to prevent alien abductions and believes people in wells should make their own to avoid being captured by visitors from space following a spat of UFO sightings in South Wales. Sorry about that, got a little tongue-tied. Boeing technical writer Mr. Mencken suggests a specially designed helmet prevents abductions by aliens because it blocks their attempts to communicate telepathically with humans. He went on, now he runs a website called stopabductions.com where he offers instructions on how to make your own thought screen. Now, Mr. Mickens said everybody would be a lot safer if they had one in the house. There seems to have been more reports of UFOs lately in Wales and Scotland and the western half of the British Isles. Now, he became involved in making the hats after reading the work of American science fiction writer Edward Elmer Smith, whose stories featured fictional thought screens. I think we've got one belling out. Are you leaving us there, Achilles? You not coming back? All right, well, I think Achilles might be belling out on us here. Now, Mr. Mencken then set out about designing the real hat and claims to have found abductees to test it on. Now, he earns no money from the hats whatsoever, and even will send you a free one if you ask him to. So you want a free thought screen hat? Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably just some tinfoil or something. All right, next story is coming out of Canada. Now, we've been talking about the spike of UFO sightings in... Yep. Oh, well, Caroline says she has something to say. All right, in here. All right? Go ahead. Oh, did you forget? Okay. Well, if you remember, you just tap on my shoulder again. All right, so here we go. Continuing on with the... we've been talking about the spike of UFO sightings in the UK. Well, guess what? Well, Canadians in 4 provinces reported seeing a record number of identified flying objects in 2007. And I've got to tap on my shoulder again.
I hope y'all like the show.
I hope they do, too. So, all right. So, this. Let me continue that. Start over on that again. Canadians in 4 provinces reported seeing a record number of identified flying objects in 2007, according to an annual report released by a Winnipeg-based nonprofit organization that has recorded UFO sightings since 1989. Now, the Ufology Research Institute, which compiles data from sources including Transport Canada and the Department of National Defense, said researchers examined 836 alleged UFO sightings in 2007, which was an increase of about 12% from 2006. Now, the reports were filed by witnesses with government, military agencies, police, and several online UFO websites, and the witnesses ranged from farmhands to airplane pilots and also included teachers and police officers. Now, Chris Rukowski, the lead researcher of the study, said of the hundreds of reports, only a fraction, which he estimates about 16%, were classified as unexplained after review by his investigators. He also cautioned while some UFO sightings can't be rationally explained, there is still no evidence to suggest as extraterrestrial contact. All right, our last little news story is the Smithsonian National Museum. During a special ceremony, the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History received a collection of objects from the X-Files. Now, of course, this is happening, we got the X-Files movie, which is being released, in 5 days? July 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Well, 20th Century Fox, together with Chris Carter and Frank Spotnitz, presented a detailed script from the series pilot episode, FBI badges, posters, and other objects from the series to the museum's entertainment collections. All right, well, that's all our news stories we've got. Well, let's take a quick little break, and when we come back, looks like we're down to Ryan and Isaiah at this point. I think the other ones went to take a quick little break. So when we come back, we will talk with Isaiah and Orion and see what their take is on the paranormal. And at some point, we will be playing a song for you tonight that we wrote, me and my children. So should be interesting. Back in a minute. Looking for a good audiobook? Well, with over 40,000 titles to choose from, Audible is the site for you. And if you sign up today, you'll even receive one free download. Just visit www.audiblepodcast.com/shadows. That's www.audiblepodcast.com/shadows. All right, everyone, we are back, or actually I'm back. The other ones apparently ran off to take a restroom break, so we will we will see if they return here in just a minute, and we will continue on. Like I said, we've got a lot of interesting things now. Let me just set some ground lines, guidelines, let's call it that, some guidelines to exactly how this is going to work. All right. What we're going to do is this show is all about the kids tonight. The kids' take on the paranormal, and what the plan is. We don't want to do anything that's going to scare any of the children. If you've listened to me on other shows as a guest or even here on my show, I am an advocate for the youth learning about the paranormal. I don't think any age is too young to learn about anything, as long as it's taught to them the correct way. Don't go out there and tell them that someone's going to snatch them up or anything like that. I mean, really, have you ever heard of that happening or even seen it happening yourself. Well, no, not really. So, you know, I really am. Here they're starting to roll back in with popsicles. It looks like. So, like I said, we're not going to be doing anything that's going to be scaring the kids tonight because this is about the kids. We're here to have fun while we learn about the paranormal. We learn what their take is on the whole thing. And they all got popsicles. So if you hear popsicles crunching in the background, that's what it is. Yeah, come on, sit down. You're going to come sit down? Yes, Achilles is a pink popsicle. Well, but now we are encouraging kids to call in tonight. But if they are under the age of 16, they must have the parent call first. This is just to know that they do have permission to be on the show. We do not want to make any parents mad that their kid called into the show without their permission. So anyone 15 and below, the parent must call first, let them know, yeah, it's okay, and then they can put their child on the phone. Now, like I said, we're not going to be asking them anything crazy or personal or anything like that. Really, we're just, you know, looking for their take on it. What are their beliefs? What are, you know, have they experienced anything? Kids are very honest and see things in a different perspective than us bogged down, stressed out adults. So I think it would be very interesting. Now, also, we are going to be playing a song tonight as well. I mentioned that. We wrote a song last night. I've been working on it for about 2 nights. So we'll play it. Should be a lot of fun. But now we've got everybody back in here as they eat their popsicles. And nobody brought me a popsicle?
I'll go get it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We don't need a popsicle. At least I don't need a popsicle. All right.
I don't mind, so no crunching for me.
No crunching for you? All right. Well, where'd Achilles go? Is he not? Okay.
He's nervous. He's very nervous. He's a little.
He's a little nervous. All right. Anybody else nervous?
No way.
No way at all? I know you're not. You're Mr. Talker.
I'm not nervous.
All right.
Mr. Talker.
Okay, well, let's start off here. So, Orion, Isaiah, let Orion get a little bit closer to us here. We're going to do some swapping here so we can make sure everybody can hear very well. Now, you don't have to get right up on the mic. You can stay back a little bit. See how I'm back here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what I want to know, Orion, is tell us a little bit about yourself first. Okay? Who is Orion Greer?
Well, I do talk a lot. And
what are you struggling for? Well, tell us, what do you like? What are your favorite things to do?
play video games, play soccer and basketball. My favorite fruit is an orange. And sometimes I just like to go out back and just build stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch TV a little.
All right. Well, so that's Orion, a little bit about him. And do you want to say hey to Sandy?
Hey, Sandy.
All right. Well, Sandy is his aunt who is in the chat room with us. All right. Now let's hear a little bit from Isaiah. So Isaiah, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Isaiah Greer?
Well, I like a lot of I like a lot of stuff. I like playing games and usually watching TV. And I usually play outside, and my favorite sport is basketball.
Is basketball? Okay. Well, that's a little bit about Isaiah. So let's hear a little from Caroline. She's going to tell us who she is and a little bit about herself. So, Caroline, the mic is yours.
Well, I like to play with Achilles a lot. We play together. And
that's it. You just like to play? That's fair enough. I like to play.
And I like watching TV.
And watching TV. So Caroline likes to play a lot, and she likes watching TV. And we would get a little bit from Achilles, but apparently he's ran off probably to go get another popsicle. Anybody want to see if you can get him back in here, see if he wants to come back in here? And somebody says get the wife on the phone, too. Tell Shannon to come on in here. Tell her she's got to say hey to everybody. So we've sent Orion off to find Achilles and Shannon, which is my wife, who puts up with my insanity and crazy habits. So we'll see if they get back in here, and we'll get Achilles on here too. So y'all excited about being on the show tonight?
Yeah.
Yes. Y'all even stayed. Y'all were leaving here very soon to go back home, but y'all stayed just a little. Y'all stayed longer just to come on the show, didn't you?
Yep.
All right. That's wonderful. I'm glad y'all did. And let's see if he's coming back or not. I heard him coming back through the hallway there. As soon as we see if we can track Achilles back down, we will get into the topic of tonight's show, which is the kids' take on the paranormal. Oh, well, he's taking a bath, so all right. Well, I guess if he's taking a bath, we won't. Well, where's Achilles at?
He said he's not coming back on the show.
Okay. Well, Achilles says he's not coming back on the show. I bet. I guarantee he'll be back in here at some point. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about the paranormal. So we'll go just kind of around here. Isaiah, when you hear the word paranormal, what do you think about?
I think about like normal stuff, because I hear the word normal in it.
Okay. So do you know the definition of paranormal?
Not really.
Okay. Well, it kind of means beyond normal, not really normal, kind of mysterious, kind of unknown in a way. That's kind of the definition, a rough definition of what paranormal is. Okay, but that's a good answer. That's just a good answer. Orion, when you hear the word paranormal, what did I hear somebody talking about the songs? Orion, when you hear the word paranormal, what do you think about?
Well, I do hear the word normal, but I do think about a pear because it has pear in it.
Okay, but what do you think about when you hear the word paranormal? What kind of thoughts come to your mind?
Like ghost, weird. It's a weird word.
It's a weird word?
Yeah, that's one of the thoughts that comes to me.
Okay, all right. And now, Caroline, how about you? When you hear the word paranormal, what do you think about? Come up a little bit closer because you got a very soft, quiet voice.
It's kind of like someone's talking soft.
Well, no, I mean, what do you hear when you hear the word paranormal? Or what do you think about?
Like it has normal in it. It's like everything is normal.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Well, great answer, guys. Well, it looks like Achilles has made it back with yet another popsicle. Are you sticking around this time?
Mom,
Well, come here, get up
Mom,
here.
They want you to talk on here.
Oh, well, yeah, she says no. She's
She's too safe.
Yeah. All right, let's get Achilles back up here with us. So
Look,
let me give him a hand.
Get another popsicle. I have a blue popsicle. Supernatural.
Okay, here we go. So, yeah, Knox throwing out a little bit of a question there.
I have a white juice.
Okay, all right. All right, so what about when you hear the word supernatural? What do you think about? Isaiah, you want to answer that? What do you think about when you hear the word supernatural?
It sounds like to me that it's natural and it's super.
Okay, that's definitely a good answer. All right, Orion, what about you when you hear supernatural?
Well, to me, it's like it's natural, just normal, and it's just like super out there. It's just amazing.
Just amazing, yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. What about you, Achilles? When you hear the word supernatural, what do you think about?
It's supernatural. That's green. And it's red.
All right, so it's super smashal that's green and red, right?
Okay, I'm back.
All right, so here's Caroline.
It's green and red.
Okay, Caroline, what about if you hear the word supernatural? What do you think about?
That it's kind of like
Come a little closer.
It's like someone's flying since it has super hands.
Like somebody's flying? So like Superman, right? So that could be, yeah, if somebody's flying, that could definitely be something that's supernatural. Because normally people don't fly by themselves, right, without an airplane or a helicopter. So if they're flying by themselves, yeah, helicopter. So that, yeah, that's definitely would be considered supernatural, and some would even call it paranormal. So that's what we're talking about tonight, is things like that. All right.
That can't be true.
Well, we don't say it can be true. Yeah, so it's, you know, when you get into the paranormal, you have a lot of things that may be true and might not be true. You know, it's a touchy subject with some people, all right? So look, we've got quite a few people in the chat room here with us. We're 30 minutes into the show. So we've kind of got your takes on the on what the word paranormal and supernatural means to you. And I think each of you have had about 2 or 3 popsicles apiece, right?
I only have one.
Only one? You only had 2? Okay.
And I only have 2 too.
You only had 2? All right. Well, Achilles, now we didn't get to get a little introduction from you, so stand up a little bit for us and tell us a little bit about Achilles Greer. What do you like to do?
Like to play.
You like to play? What else?
Like to watch Lightning King.
Well, yeah, you like to watch Lightning McQueen, right? Yeah.
And like.
What about playing outside? Yeah.
And I like playing out front.
And you like playing out front?
And I like drinking coffee.
Yes, it's right. You like drinking coffee.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, many of our listeners probably don't know that our 3-year-old enjoys coffee. And that's it? Okay, yes. We have a coffee connoisseur who is at age 3. And Caroline says she has something to say.
I like drinking coffee too.
And she likes coffee as well. So, yes, we're getting our children hyped up on popsicles and coffee here.
At night, my mom says I can't have none because she thinks it makes me happy.
All right. Excuse me there, everyone. I had a little bit of a cough there. So, all right, well, let's dig into the some paranormal topics itself. Now, Orion, I wanted to ask you something, so let's get you a little closer to the mic here. So if Isaiah will slide over a little bit. And we'll get Orion up here. All right. Now, you know that your daddy does a show on the paranormal. You've listened to it. And I also go out and do what we call ghost hunting, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Well, it's fun. And it's very dark, so it kind of gives me the creeps. And when I go to bed, when I close my eyes, it looks like a ghost is right in front of me.
It looks like a ghost is in front of you when you close your eyes?
Yeah, and I just turn right to the wall, so I am not scared anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, let me let everyone know. If you're out there, you're listening, you've got a child that likes to call in and you give them permission, our number is 718-508-9887. We are encouraging, you know, even if you're not a child and you want to call in, please do. I mean, hey, we were all children at one time in our life, and I'm sure we had some kind of experience. And Achilles is returning with his 3rd popsicle. So now come here, Orion, get a little closer.
Yeah.
Now, one time we did a ghost hunt in the house because all the kids, you and your brothers wanted to do one. Mm-hmm. But now I won't take you out to a real location, so we done one here at the house. Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy that? Did you learn anything from it?
Yeah. It really... Get
a little closer.
It really looks weird because everything's like glowing. All the eyes are like glowing and stuff. It's like a ghost is like making people's eyes glow.
Oh. All right, and somebody's asking what's that number again? That's 718-508-9887. Let me type it in the chat room. Now, did you have fun that night? I mean,
yeah, I had fun.
Did you learn anything about the equipment or about ghosts or anything like that?
I learned about like the camera, like you have to press like all that buttons, like the play, the cut on, the turn off, the put on night vision.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that thing that the ghost, it'll put like 5 dots of electricity on it, and a sensor that puts like the temperature of cold spots and hot spots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, you apparently picked up quite a stuff. So, sorry, I'm laughing. Knock there in the chat room. All right. You popsicle eaters? The popsicle's good. All right, we got a couple calls here. Well, that one disappeared. We got one here. Let's see, and I think I might know who this is. So, caller from 828. Is this who I think it is?
Hey, Montana.
Hey, Jeremiah.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm talking on the radio with Orion and Achilles and Isaiah and Caroline.
Hey, Montana.
Hey, what are you doing?
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello. Now, is there
Hey, Montana.
could you tell them to cut the speakers off?
No, you're on the radio.
Can we cut the speakers off?
Where's Orion?
He's right here beside me. You want to talk to him?
Yeah.
There you go. Talk to him.
Here.
Say Montana.
Say hello.
No, leaving.
Okay, now say Montana.
Hello? Montana? Montana, is this you? Yeah. Hey. What are you doing? Well, I'm just talking on the radio. Playing the game? Nope, I am talking on the radio on Dave's show.
Are you talking about ghosts?
I want to talk.
Maybe talk about ghosts.
Are you talking about ghosts? Hello? What? Are you talking about ghosts? Yes. I hate ghosts. What? I hate ghosts. Yeah, I know that. Ghosts don't like ghosts. Hello?
Montana, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dylan?
Well, Dylan's not here right now.
Where is he?
He's at his mommy's. So, do you wanna say hey to Achilles?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Up here a little closer, Achilles.
Hey, Montana. Hey, Achilles. What are you doing, Achilles? I'm quiet.
We gotta go to bed.
I gotta go to bed. No.
Night-night.
You gotta get up a
You
little
going
closer.
night-night?
Okay. Tell her bye.
Bye. Bye.
All right, Montana, we're going to let you go because we've got another caller, okay?
Okay.
All right, well, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, let's get to this other caller here. Caller from 201. What's your name and where are you from? Hello, caller 201.
He cut off now.
Are you there?
Hello?
All right, well, there we are. Wait a minute. Caller from 201. You there? I'm sorry.
Yes, hi, Jeremiah.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Beverly, and I'm calling from New Jersey. I just kept getting your children every time I called.
Yeah, we had a phone call from their cousin there, so they were having a chit chat and catch up on old times, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm calling. I have two 13-year-old grandchildren who would like to ask you a question, but even though I certainly don't fit into the child category, I'd like to tell you a strange story that happened to me on vacation.
Oh, please. Yeah,
Okay.
please.
This was several years ago in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and it was dusk, and I was sitting. We had a hotel room right on the beach, and I was sitting out on the sand by myself, and it was just really pleasant. And I was kind of facing sideways. I was facing the water sideways, and all of a sudden, I just felt something staring. You know how when somebody stares at you, you can almost feel these prickly feelings on your body.
Oh, yeah.
And I was the only one sitting on the beach. My husband had gone inside, and I looked up, and it was dusk. But it was light enough to see. And I have never had what I considered a paranormal experience before, so it really scared me. But I looked up in the water, and in the distance, but clearly enough, looked like a greenish figure, shaped somewhat like it was from the abdomen up, shoulders, head, and body down to the lower abdomen, and it looked like it was covered with some sort of leaves or green stuff, and it was rather large. And I didn't really stay long enough to get a second look. I ran into the room, almost went through the door, and when I ran inside and locked the door, I looked out the window and it was gone. But
wow.
It was really a very strange experience. But I just thought you might like to know about it. I don't know what I saw. I mean, the waves were breaking softly. There was no change in the temperature. There was nothing. No, nothing dramatic except something was staring at me, and I looked up long enough to see something rather large and greenish, and then I was just too scared to wait any longer to see if it was coming forward or whether it disappeared or what. And I never had anything like that happen before or since.
Yeah, wow, that is interesting. And I've been to Jamaica myself, and it's a beautiful place. And
sure is.
And right on the beach, the water is crystal clear.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and to be
beautiful.
able to, it is. But I mean, man, to see something like that would just, you said it was from pretty much the waist up.
Yeah, that's it. It looked like a human form. I mean, it didn't look like an animal with any seaweed on it or anything like that. It actually looked like a human form, but I didn't see anything that would resemble skin. It just looked kind of greenish.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was in water. And it was in water, I guess, deep enough so if there was anything else to the body or whatever it was, it didn't show.
Yeah. That is an interesting story. Here you got some commotion going on there in the background.
Yeah, those are my twins, my grandchildren who want to ask you a question, and they've got you on the computer.
Uh-oh.
But anyway, it was very nice speaking with you, and good luck with your show and your children. And this is my first grandchild. They're twins, so there'll be two of them speaking with you.
Well, that sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oh. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Una. I'm 13 years old, and I have never had a paranormal experience, but I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
But if say someone's nice in life, are they going to be a good or bad ghost? Would they be like a nice one or mean?
We've had that question asked many times on this show, and it seems that the common belief is that, if you are nice, if you're a good person, that you carry that over with you as well. And even some believe that even if you do bad things throughout your life, that even when you pass over to the other side, that you still end up being a good person for the, So I tend to believe that. I would think if you were a good person here on Earth, that once you go over and you become a spirit, that you're going to be a good spirit.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Here's my sister.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Cora. I'm 13 as well, and mine's a little quicker question. Mine's do animals come back as ghosts?
There has been within the paranormal research field of types of evidence within pictures and audio of and even sightings from people that have reported seeing their cats or their dogs or whatever the case may be, they're animals and they're pets coming back in some kind of ghostly form or not. So, I wouldn't see why they shouldn't, why they're not, excuse me, why they would be limited to not, be able to come back, as many believe that we can. So, I can't give you a 100% yes, but there's definitely, evidence that shows it is a great possibility that that's the case.
Thank you.
Does that answer it?
Yeah. Did you ever see a ghost?
I have never seen what I would think to be a ghost. I've seen strange things, could have been. I've seen things kind of move on their own. Was it a ghostly presence? I couldn't really say myself. But, I can't say I've ever seen the full body apparition of a ghost. I have not.
Well, thank you. Bye.
Now, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
All right. What about your uncle? Is he normal or is he paranormal?
I'd say paranormal very much so. All right. All right, thanks.
Thank you for calling in.
Thanks.
All right, good night. All right, I had to ask that question there, and I'm sure Knock will get a nice little a nice little kick out of that. And the kids are continuing to go on popsicle runs. I've got to find out who is feeding them all these popsicles. But yes, those were great questions, and there are some questions that definitely kids tend to think about. I think very reasonable questions. We've got another caller on the line here, so we've got a caller from 828. What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, Jeremiah, it's Tina. I'm from Bryson City.
Hello, Tina.
Hey. I got my kids here. They're wanting to talk to yours. Here you go.
Oh, right. All right, well, I'll have to pass some headphones around.
I like popsicles. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have something important to say.
Okay, well,
here in Cherokee.
Go ahead.
Here in Cherokee, the ghosts are called boogers, and also we have a thing called little people, who live in woods, and they have teepees or villages, and they live not near people. Hi.
Hello. What's your name?
Maya.
Hey, Maya.
Maya Cruz. I think boogers are that is messing around at you. That is messing around at you.
Mhm.
And that is messing around to have fun, but they're really not. They think you're just having fun, but they're not, because they just wanna mess at you because they're bigger than you and they're grown up.
Oh, because they're grown ups, huh?
Just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, Drew is my mom.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
All right, bye. All right, well, there's a little bit of some kids' take on a few things there. And yes, they mentioned there about the Cherokee legends of the boogers and the little people. And we're going to actually be getting into that on a future show here, which will, in a week, as a matter of fact. We're going to have Toppy Lincecoma, who is the host of Topcast, on the show. And we're going to get into Native American legends and stories. And basically, we're going to compare the Cherokee legends at the beginning of the Trail of Tears compared to those at the end of the Trail of Tears. Because he lives over in Oklahoma and I live here in North Carolina. So we thought, we thought that would be a interesting angle to go. Now, let's see who we got left with us. We got Isaiah and we've got Orion still in here with us. Now, Orion, have you ever heard of the Cherokee Little People?
No.
You've never heard of the Cherokee Little People? And here comes Caroline again with yet another popsicle. These kids are not going to go to sleep at all. Isaiah, how about you? Have you ever heard of Cherokee Little People or even Little People?
I've heard of little.
Come a little closer.
I've heard of little people in Cherokee, but I've never heard of Cherokee and little people.
You haven't? Okay. But it's a legend of these little people that will stand, probably like, 3 to 6 inches tall, and They're real. They like to play little pranks on you and stuff like that. And then, like you could set your pencil down on the desk and turn around to get something, and wanted to come up and took your pencil from you. And many people in Cherokee will tell about. Actually, they don't talk about them a whole lot because they find them to. They believe that they're very sacred, and so they don't share the stories, and they're afraid that if they talk about them, that's when the Cherokee little people will start playing little pranks on them and messing with them, and things like that. So that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So okay, Isaiah, let me ask you this: what do you think a ghost is? Come a little closer, because you got to get up here around the mic, okay?
I think it's just the spirit that flies around. It ain't trying to hurt people. It's just trying to get back where it belongs.
Well, yeah, get back where it belongs. Many people agree with that. Okay, Ryan, what about you? What do you think a ghost might be?
Well, they try to stay because this is like they want to get you out of here because they don't want to hurt you, and they just want you to get out of that place because they'll push stuff and can really hurt you.
Okay, all right. Caroline, what about you? What do you think a ghost is? Make sure to get a little close because you speak very soft.
I think it doesn't try to hate you, but it acts like it does. It does, like, it don't like to be near somebody.
They don't like to be near somebody?
No.
Oh.
It's just like it tries to scare people.
Oh, it tries to scare people? Okay, well, I'll tell you what some of the common thoughts out there a little bit about ghosts. They think that sometimes like a ghost might rub your hair or might even give you a little scratch or give you a little push because and Caroline just pushed me because they're trying to get your attention because you can't see them, but they want to be noticed. So they're not trying to hurt you. It's just that they may be trying to get your attention so you'll know that they're there. So that's some of the common things. And like Isaiah said, some believe that they're just kind of
They're trying to know that they're there so they don't scare you.
Right, yeah, exactly. And Isaiah, like he said about being, trying to find where it needed to go, some believe that it needs to, they just haven't, maybe they have some unfinished business or something. That's why they haven't fully went over to another side or something like that. So, yeah, so that's very interesting. All right, let's see. What about, I just heard one of the dogs jump there. Kelly's going to bed. Did he decide to
I don't know. He may be very sleepy, or is that why he left?
He may be.
Maybe those popsicles.
Yeah, I don't know. After all those popsicles y'all have eaten. All right, so let's see. Who's heard the story of Bigfoot? Who knows any stories about Bigfoot? Not you? Isaiah, you've heard stories of Bigfoot?
The one we wrote.
Well, yeah, we wrote a little bit of a song, but do you know what a Bigfoot is? Ryan?
A Bigfoot is like he's huge, and his foot is huge.
He's huge and he's got big feet, right?
At our apartment, we seen this Bigfoot, but we call it Bigfoot because there's two of them, and it has 5 toes. And I don't really know what it is.
You don't, huh? All right, well, a Bigfoot, have you ever seen a picture of a big hairy creature?
Yeah.
Out in the woods or something like that? That's a Bigfoot. That's what a lot of people call Bigfoot, or the abominable snowman, or Yeti, Sasquatch. And what about Sasquatch? You ever heard of Sasquatch?
No. I think a Bigfoot is that it sounds like it's like a big giant with big feet.
A big giant with big feet? Yeah, they said that they leave prints, footprints in the dirt that are, 15, 16, 18 inches long, things like that. All right, we've got a few people there in the chat room, and thanks so much for joining us. I just want to say one thing. We are doing a kids show tonight, so please, by all means, keep it clean. All right, we're probably going to do something here. Well, hold on. I'm trying to get something figured out here. But, yeah, well, please, let's keep it clean. Okay, well, thank you very much there, Powder. We are having kids on tonight. Please keep that in mind. And also, if you call in, please keep it clean. If you call in and you start running off at the mouth or you start throwing out some bad language or anything along those lines, most of the time I usually let people run off at the mouth for a little while. Not tonight. Tonight you will get hung up on right off the bat. You will get muted out or whatever. We're not going to put up with it tonight because this is a kids show, and I want everyone to know that and understand that. All right. So nobody's really ever heard much about Bigfoot, right? Well, what other? You heard any other paranormal things? What else you heard about? So there's ghosts, Bigfoot. What you heard any other things? Aliens. Okay. What about aliens? What have you heard about aliens?
Well, they come and they like come at you, do everything. They have a UFO, and they come out like steal something from you, and that's all I know.
That's all you know?
Yeah.
What about anybody else? You know something about UFOs or something else?
I don't think aliens try to hate you. I think it's what that ghost does. Like the stuff that don't hate.
Right, so they don't try to hate you. They just
hate you.
Okay, all right. So all right. Now how about you, Isaiah? Have you ever heard anything about aliens? Do you believe in aliens? Do you think they're out there?
I don't believe in aliens.
You don't believe in aliens?
I believe in them.
Okay, well let's see. Let's not let Isaiah answer first.
I believe in them, but I've read books about them because this one UFO, but they recognized it, and it was really a frisbee.
It was really a frisbee, huh? It's easy to mistake a frisbee for a UFO. I've done it myself. You got to be careful, especially if it's a silver frisbee. You got to be really careful with that. All right, Caroline. So why do you think that aliens don't exist? Why do you think they're not real?
Well, it looks like they're not real because, well, it just don't sound like it's real.
Just don't sound like it's real? Okay. Ron, what about you? Why do you believe they are?
Well, because they always have books that tell you that it's real and stuff, and it just really, I believe in ghosts, I'm sure that aliens would live if ghosts lived. Okay, so you think that they can coexist, that they can exist together, that if a ghost makes sense, why doesn't an alien? Yeah. Right, okay. So Isaiah, why do you think that they're real? You didn't really give us that, so why do you think they're real? I think they're real because I read books, and it showed this one page where this girl was these aliens were doing something to her, because while she was in bed, they took her and put her in her alien ship. In an alien ship? It was an UFO book. Oh, okay. Oh, and we got, looks like Achilles has made it back with us. So, Achilles, so what are you doing? You want to talk some? Yeah. Okay. What are you going to say? On the microphone? Yeah, on the microphone.
Are you going to say, I believe in ghosts?
Well, I believe in aliens. Well, I don't believe in ghosts or aliens.
But
you going to say?
I'll ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question. All right, Achilles, do you believe in ghosts? Well, you got to say yes into the microphone. Yeah. Yeah? All right, well, I'll tell you, so did you finish eating popsicles? Are you done eating popsicles? You gotta talk. They can't see you shaking your head. Say yes. Yes. Are you getting tired? No? Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead. We're here about 5 minutes for the top of the hour, so let's go ahead and take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll discuss a little more with Orion, Isaiah, Caroline, and Achilles, if we can get them to talk instead of nodding. And any kids out there that want to call in, 718-508-9887. We've already had quite a few, so, if you're still up with your kids, please let them call in. Just make sure the parent calls in first if they are under the age of 16. So we're going to take about a 5-minute break. We'll come back, and Caroline says she's out, so I guess she's done. So when we come back, we'll continue this, and we're going to play that song that we talked about, which should be very interesting. I'm sure everyone will get a laugh out of that. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. All right, everyone. Well, we're back. You are listening to Shadows in the Dark right here on Blog Talk Radio. And now I guess we've got someone kind of hanging around just to hear the song, so we're going to get into playing our song that we wrote, especially for tonight. My kids and the help with my niece and nephew here wrote this song over the last couple of days. Now what we do, we took a song that we sing on a regular basis. When they go to bed at night, I play the guitar for them. And we had another song, and we rewrote the words a little bit just to match more with what we're talking about on the show here tonight. So what we're going to do first, we're going to make sure everybody can hear it all right, or hear the guitar. I am going to play the guitar, so by no means do I claim to be a very good guitar player or a good singer. So if I hurt your ears, just hit the mute button. So I'm going to play just a little bit on the guitar here. Everyone in the chat room, if you could please just let me know that you can hear it all right. All right, we got one saying that they can hear. Is it pretty good? Good volume? I guess that's the main question there that we're asking. So everybody, we got two saying they can hear. Anybody else want to tell us that they can hear? Would be nice. If not, we'll just continue on. So I guess Mark saying, can I add a little treble? No, not quite. You get what you can hear. That's pretty much is. The only other thing I can try, and might make it too loud, and quite frankly, I doubt I could play the song with them, that's a pick. Let's see how it sounds. So there it is with the pick. Yeah, it's a lot louder, but I guarantee I'll mess it up, which I'm going to mess it up anyway, so I guess why not, huh? Is the pick better? Everyone, does the pick sound a lot better? Too loud? That's with the pick. Well, nobody's answering. Of course, there's a delay, so I don't know what your delay is. But so I guess everybody's saying the pick. Well, we'll try the pick here as we go with our song. So they're going to try to sing along with me. Hopefully we'll see how many of the words that they remember. We've got it out here on a piece of paper. So I've got Isaiah, Caroline, and Orion with me at this moment. Again, Achilles is somewhere. And you've probably heard a voice in the background. Well, that's my mother. We heard from Knox's mother. Well, now my mother's in here with us. So, and they're saying either's good. All right. Here we go. The name of it is called The Paranormal Song. So we're going to try this, and I'm going to try my best not to laugh as we do this. So here we go. Here we go. I found a ghost in my closet. He was a white sheep. He was trying on my sheet. But that crazy, silly little ghost, he was white as a sheep. He whispered in my ear, his name was Pete. That crazy, silly little ghost. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Next verse. I found a Bigfoot in my bathtub. His hair was clogging up the drain. He had used all my shampoo. Now what am I gonna do? That crazy, silly little Bigfoot, he used up all my shampoo. But he still stung no matter what he done. That crazy, silly little Bigfoot. Yeah, I messed up that verse, and of course the kids pointed it out. All right, here we go. Next verse. I found a mummy in my bathroom. His bandages were coming off. He was using all my toilet paper to cover up all the spots. That crazy, silly little mommy, he became a professional taper. But now I am out of paper. That crazy, silly little mommy. What you say, ghost? All right, here we go. Let me memorize that. All right, next verse. I found a vampire on my neck. I said, hey man, what the heck? Don't you be sucking out my blood, or I'll knock you in the mud. That crazy, silly little vampire, don't you be sucking on my blood. Next thing I knew was a bat flying above. That crazy, silly little vampire. Oh, vampire. By the way, guys, this song is kind of long. All right, next verse. I found a werewolf under my bed. He had on my pants. Then he headed to my garden, where he peed on my plants. That crazy, silly little werewolf, he was an alright fellow. But now the soil in my garden has turned to yellow. That crazy, silly little werewolf. Alright, next verse. Here we go. I found a dragon on my roof. He was wagging his tail while he roasted marshmallows. I looked up from above. Whoop, I messed that one up. That crazy, silly little dragon, he was as slow as a snail. It took him 5 years just to get the mail. That crazy, silly little dragon. What'd you say that time? Did you say dragon? All right, here we go. Next one. This is a Loch Ness Monster, otherwise known as Nessie. So I found Nessie in my toilet. She was swimming around. So please don't you flush it, or else she'll go round and around. That crazy, silly little Nessie, she made a mess on my floor. On her way out, she hit her head on the door. That crazy, silly little Nessie. All right, almost there. Here we go. I found an alien in my backyard. That's where he parked his UFO. Said he had stopped by for a glass of tea, but now it was time to go. That crazy, silly little alien shooting up in outer space. I forgot to ask him about Mars and the face. That crazy, silly little alien. All right, here's the last verse. Well, that concludes our song. Hope you had fun and sung right along. We're crazy, silly little people. Crazy, silly little people. Crazy, silly little people. All right. All right. Well, there is our paranormal song that we wrote just for everyone tonight. Yes, that was quite a long song there, and played live right here on Shadows in the Dark with the wonderful, wonderful singing voices of Orion Greer and Isaiah Greer. So Jeremiah Greer. So we hope everyone. Well, I was sweating there. So I hope everyone enjoyed that, and I hope it wasn't too long. It was quite a long song. I think it was about 7 minutes or so. So that was, we had a little fun writing that, just so you know a little background on it. We sat down for the last couple of nights and wrote this, and had a lot of fun writing it. And the original song that we play with that is called I Found a Monkey in My Pocket. Same little bit of music and stuff, and it's just about finding different animals in weird places. So we decided to take it and change it over to the paranormal. So I hope everyone heard that all right, because we had a lot of fun. What did you think about the song, Orion?
I liked it and it was fun to sing.
You liked it and it was fun to sing. What about Isaiah? What did you think about it?
I thought about it. It was pretty fun to sing.
Just fun to sing? What did you think about some of the paranormal characters that were in there? How many of those have you ever heard of?
I heard of the werewolf.
Go ahead.
The werewolf, the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, an alien, and that's it.
And that's it? What about which ones did you heard about there?
I've heard about a ghost. I forgot the ghost.
Oh, and the ghost.
Yeah. I've heard about the ghost, a dragon.
A little closer to the mic.
I've heard about a ghost, a dragon, and I've heard about a werewolf, a bat, and I think I've read the book of Bigfoot.
Oh, okay. Now, for those who, I see we got kind of a little bit of some leaving, some kind of joining, feel free to call us, 718-508-9887. If you want your child to call in, we are welcoming that tonight. We had quite a few there the first hour, so I'd like to see some more. Or give a call. Let us know what you thought about our little song there that we put together for you. And that doesn't have to be a kid to call in for that. I'm sure it was a fun song for anybody. I know I had a lot of fun with it, and it seems that y'all did in the chat room there, and some of those who seem to really have been enjoying it, I know, are not children. So so there you go. So feel free to call in and comment about the song or share some stories with us. And it looks like, Caroline is saying it's time for Isaiah to go, I believe. Isaiah, what do you want to tell everybody bye? And
Goodbye, everybody.
You want to say anything else? Or that just want to tell them goodbye?
I like the show.
All right.
Jeremiah did not pay him to say that.
No, we didn't. All right, Caroline, do you want to say?
I hope y'all like the show.
All right. Well, there we go. And they're saying good night to you, Isaiah, so y'all have a safe trip. And PHPRS there in the chat room. Can we hear it for those, for the ones that just joined? Well, that would be up to the rest of the chat room. We'll play it again if everybody wants to hear it again. I thought that might become a something that we've done, kind of like the best of that we played for the 24-hour broadcast. We ended up playing that thing so many times throughout the night because everybody just really loved it. And it's just me and Orion now. Achilles, I think, is asleep. Well, I still have my mother, Wanda, who is sitting here beside me. And if everybody wants to hear it again, we'll definitely we'll love to play it again. And maybe we won't mess up the verses or anything. But that is up to everyone in the chat room there. Depends on if you want to hear it again or not. Well, let's, Ryan, while we're waiting for everybody to kind of answer that, and if they want us to play it again, we definitely will. So what have you thought so far about the show? Have you learned anything, or you got to get a little closer here to the mic?
Well, I've learned that you... let me go.
Oh, you got to think on that one?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, well, he's thinking, and I'm typing. If I could spell while he's thinking there. Again, everyone, 718-508-9887 if you want to call into the show. You know, I thought about doing the show quite a number of months back, and some just really weren't too sure about it. And I really also think it's turned out to be very fun. You know, more than anything, it's just I've had a blast with tonight. It sounds like my kids have had a blast. We had some children call in, and bye-bye, Isaiah. You know, I just really... so they're saying, oh, you don't think we'll just like, okay, well, we will play it again right here in just a minute. We'll just give us a minute or two and we'll play it. I just want to remind everyone that is listening, please, go over to our forum. We just opened it up. We need your help building it. Go to www.shadowsinthedarkradio.com/community, and you will see our forum there. Please, by all means, we'd really love to have you as a member. It is free, and you can even get free stuff. You can play in our free arcade when you sign up. There is just tons and tons of stuff to do there, and we do need your help building that up, so please check it out, and we might at some point post this song. Okay, and yes, nothing is cheaper than free, and by the way, I meant to actually do this earlier. Well, let's play the song and we'll get into that. All right, Ryan, are you ready to play the song for him again?
Yeah.
What did I do with my pick?
I think you said it on the table.
I got it right here.
Okay.
All right, let me squeeze over here.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Here. Oh, I can't believe we're playing it again. What about you?
No, I cannot believe.
You can't believe it? All right, what do you think? You like it?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, what was you going to say?
Look, everyone's playing. I think we'll just do it just once.
Yeah, they're not going to let us get away once. All right, PHPRS there, are you ready to be amazed by the singing styles of Ryan and Jeremiah Greer about the paranormal? Well, if you are, you need to buckle yourself in because this is going to be one crazy ride, right?
Only two people.
Only two people. All right, all right, here we go. Let me get my pick all set. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting kind of tickled here.
Okay.
Let me get our words closer. Let me get a sip of coffee. I'm not putting it off. Just trying to get ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You meditated it all out?
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, you got to practice. La, 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 la.
I'm going to sing.
Oh, you're just going to sing? Okay, well, I was trying to get your voice ready for you. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. I found a ghost in my closet. He was as white as a sheet. He was trying on my shoes, but I noticed didn't have any feet. That crazy, silly little ghost. He was as white as a sheet. He whispered in my ear, his name was Pete. That crazy, silly little ghost. Goose. All right, next verse. Here we go. I found a Bigfoot in my bathtub. His hair was clogging up the drain. He had used all my shampoo. Now what am I gonna do? That crazy, silly little Bigfoot, he used up all my shampoo. Anybody? All right, sorry about that, everybody. We'll start back from that crazy little Bigfoot. I was getting tickled. That crazy, silly little Bigfoot, he used up all my shampoo. But he's still stunned no matter how much you use. That crazy, silly little Bigfoot. All right, here we go. Ready? I found a mummy in my bathroom. His bandages were coming off. He was using all my toilet paper to cover up all those missing spots. That crazy, silly little mummy, he became a professional taper. But now I am out of toilet. Oh, we messed that one up, didn't we? Yeah. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. Here we go. He became a professional taper. But now I am out of toilet paper. That crazy, silly little mummy. All right, next verse. Here we go. I found a vampire on my neck. I said, hey man, what the heck? Don't you be sucking out my blood, or I'll knock you in the mud. That crazy, silly little vampire, don't you be sucking on my blood. Next thing I knew was a bat flying above. That crazy, silly little vampire. Alright, next verse. I found a werewolf under my bed. He had on my pants. He headed to my garden, where he peed on my plants. That crazy, silly little werewolf, he was an alright fellow. Now the soil in my garden turned to yellow. That crazy, silly little werewolf. Next verse. Ready? I found a dragon on my roof. He was wagging his tail while he roasted marshmallows. I looked up from below. That crazy, silly little dragon, he was slow as a snail. It took him 5 years just to get the mail. That crazy, silly little dragon. Alright, here we go. So this is about Loch Ness Monster, otherwise known as Nessie. That's right. Well, I found Nessie in my toilet. She was swimming around. Please don't you flush it, or she'll go round and around. That crazy, silly little Nessie, she made a mess on my floor. That crazy, silly little Nessie. Alright, here we go. Next verse. We're almost at the end. Ready? Well, I found an alien in my backyard. That's where he parked his UFO. He said he'd stop by for a glass of tea, but now it was time to go. That crazy, silly little alien shooting up into outer space. I forgot to ask about Mars and the face. That crazy, silly little alien. Alright, that is the end. We got one more verse just to close it all out. Here we go. Well, that concludes our song. Hope you had fun and sung right along. We are crazy, crazy, silly little people. Oh, we messed that one up. Crazy, silly little people. Crazy, silly little people. I did miss that, didn't I? All right, well, there it was again for those. I think we may have ran everybody out of the chat room with that song. Oh, man, that is just something else. I see we got live tapping feed, applauses. So I hope everybody enjoyed that song. I have to say we really, really had a blast. That's it's LOL stands for laugh out loud. Yeah, that's computer lingo, not law. So, and you know, I even thought maybe I would take this. My older brother, is actually a professional musician, and maybe I can get the kids together. We're actually going to see him in mid-August. So maybe, you know, when we go down there, I'll take the kids over to his house, and we can put this down on the track and make it sound really nice. It seems many enjoy it, and we definitely like to put it out there for you if we can. You know, like I said, I really, yeah, I'm big time on kids learning about the paranormal, whether it's funny or whether it's serious. You know, I mean, here we are in a case of, say this song gives them a little bit of knowledge of some of the paranormal icons that are out there, and which could, you know, end up provoking them to go out and research about them. I think it's important. But we had a blast writing that song and singing it tonight to everybody. What about you? Was it fun playing it again?
Yeah.
You like that song?
Mhm.
All right. Well, we still got about 30 minutes left in the show, Ryan.
Yeah.
I know. We still got a little bit of time. Even playing that song goes by so quick. And yes, like they're saying, and it teaches them not to let Bigfoot use their bathtub. That's right, because his hair clogs up the drain. He uses up all the shampoo. Yeah, you definitely don't want a Bigfoot in your bathtub.
Yeah.
And anyone is welcome to call in if you wish, 718-508-9887. And that's anybody, adult, children. If it is a child under the age of 15, please, parents, call in first and let us know that is perfectly okay. You know, you can call in, make a comment on the song. Ask Orion a question. He is here to answer some questions as well. I'm sure he won't mind. Now, we do have a couple questions from an email that I had earlier. And we're going to put this out there to all the kids that are listening tonight, and maybe they can either answer us via email or call into the show. And this is coming from Dr. Gary Frick. He was a regular on the show, and this is what he says. He says it's known for a long time that children are more in tune with their past lives than adults are. They often so matter of fact about their past life experiences that even their parents could miss such references, and by the time that they reach about 6-year-old, society has set them straight. The past life associations begin to stop. And so my question is, do any of you feel that you were alive in another body before you were born into this life? So since we have Orion, actually the only one with us at this point, do you feel like you were someone else before you were Orion?
Yes, I do feel like that.
You do? All right, well, tell me about it then. Tell me, why do you feel that?
Well, because your spirit's like up there, and then your spirit could come like down, and there could be another person from that spirit.
So you think kind of like your spirit, like when you use this body up, then your spirit goes up and it comes back down again and takes on another body. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it comes in with a new body and makes this another life.
Okay. Well, now do you think you might know what kind of past lives you used to have? Who you used to be?
I cannot remember.
Can't remember. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Well, like I said, I want to put that question out to all the other kids if they feel like calling in, 718-508-9887, or send us an email on it. But very good answer. I like that. So your body just kind of, you know, just keeps on or your spirit keeps coming back and back. So I like that. Now, he had another question here, too. Let's see if I can. I think there was. Let me double check. Oh, yes, here it is. I like this. And he wanted to... you know, he says he felt that a child's perception of heaven is often superior to those of adults. So, Orion, the question is, what do you think heaven is like?
I can't think of anything, really.
Well, think about it for a second or two. You don't have to come right up with an answer. Robert's saying usually it involves popsicles. You think heaven has popsicles?
Like the spirit can taste and stuff, like.
Well, can they? I don't know. Can they?
I think so. It's like there's all spirit stuff, and it's like the spirits can play video games, go outside and stuff. That's what I think it is.
So what do you think? So you think heaven's a lot like Earth?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that.
Anything that might be different?
It's got clouds near it.
It's got clouds near it? Yeah, okay. So anything, I mean, what do you think? Do you think they got chocolate cake?
Yeah.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people feel pain in heaven? Do you think they get depressed and sad?
Sometimes I think that can happen.
You think that can happen in heaven?
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think it can happen in heaven?
Well, because spirits touch spirits, it could be like they can touch each other because they're both spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And humans can't touch the spirits because they got hard stuff, and they just, I bet the human stuff just goes through, and the other spirit can touch the other spirit.
Okay, so you think, so what about sadness? You ever felt sad?
Yeah, I feel sad a lot.
You feel sad a lot?
I feel sad sometimes, too.
Sometimes? Okay, okay. Well, I never noticed you really looking sad.
I'm not.
Well, you just said, did you say? All right, where'd you go?
I'm right here.
Well, come here. Don't run away. You're on the show tonight, not anybody else. I don't have any guests. You're my guest.
I know.
I know. Where the Achilles must be.
Sleeping.
So do you think people are sad in heaven? I mean, do you think they sit down and cry, and why do you think they might if you think they do?
Well, they could, because, it could be, something could have happened, they could have got something could have got destroyed, someone could have hurt them.
Do you think you can hurt other spirits in heaven?
Well, I think a spirit can hurt a spirit.
I think a spirit can hurt a spirit.
By saying words and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. What about, there's Knott's asking, what about dogs? You think dogs are in heaven? You think our animals are in heaven?
I'm guessing yes, because they have spirits too, I'm sure.
Are you sure they have spirits? So I think they probably are.
Yeah, I bet
they are.
And you'd still have your pet.
Yeah, there you go. So, true. All right. Okay, well, I guess that kind of answers that. And, again, for all those kids who may be out there listening, even if it's on the archive, we know a lot of listeners listen to us on the archive, 718-508-9887 is our number. Or you can, send us an email. Let us know. We'll try to get your answers on there when we our next show. So, so dogs and popsicles. That's what we're looking at in heaven, huh? Dogs, popsicles, chocolate cake, riding clouds.
I like the way it sounds, dogs and popsicles.
So
That's
funny.
what he meant.
All right. So, and those in the chat room, I say we don't have quite as many as we had there at the beginning. I think everybody was waiting for the song. We played the song and everybody just disappeared. Is that what everybody was waiting? Of course, it's kind of late over here on the East Coast, about 11 o'clock our time. And you're up late tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. What about the dark? Are you afraid of the dark?
Yes, I am. I am afraid of the dark still.
Still?
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you afraid of the dark? What is it about it that makes you afraid?
I'm afraid ghosts are there around me. It feels like it. I'm really scared because and it's really it's scary because it feels like it.
Come a little closer just so make sure.
It just feels like it because when you look at it, it's like there's colors all around you out of the stuff that has the colors that tell the numbers on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Just gives me a little fright, and I just turn to the wall.
You think it's because when you're in the dark too that you can't really see what's around you? It's kind of like a fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Think that's what it is?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Do you think there's really something there to be scared about?
No, it's just that you get really scared, and it just seems like it when because you can't see.
Because you can't see? Yeah. So, what are some other things that you're scared of? The dark.
I'm thinking.
I never really heard you say you were scared of too much.
Yeah, I really haven't said that. I can't even remember a thing I am except for that.
Okay, well, we'll go with that then. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now we're talking about some of these other, in our song there, we had quite a few things. And what about dragons? Do you believe dragons existed or still exist?
I'm sure they still exist because Japanese celebrate the dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's still dragons in Japanese.
So you think that the reason why they still celebrate them is because they're still there?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's a good point, though. Yeah, you're right. The Japanese, the Chinese, they really have a fondness of the dragon. It means a lot to them in their culture, don't it?
Mhm.
That's right. So that's good. I like that. That's very good.
He listens to me.
Is Knock listening to you?
Yeah.
He is, and Knock is out there. He's listening in tonight, and
he
making
believes me.
All right. Now, what about? Let's see. What else do we talk about in here? What do you think about mummies in Egypt? What about that? Yeah.
That's funny.
Is that funny? All right, what about mummies in Egypt? What do you think about Egypt? Now, your older brother, Dylan, really enjoys stuff about Egypt and the Mayans and the Aztecs, don't he? What about you?
Well, like the pyramids, like the designs they put on it, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what that's called that they put on them? That they put those symbols and stuff all over the place. Do you know what those are? You don't? Remember, it's hieroglyphics.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Do you remember who was one of the first pharaohs to really start figuring out the way to build the pyramids? Sneferu, that's right. You remembered that. Good job.
Because Dylan played that Ages of Mythology and Sneferu was in it.
That's right. So Sneferu, yes, he was one who really started developing the different ways that they were building pyramids during his reign. That's great. Good job. Good job. All right. So what do you think about that, though? That ancient civilization. Do you think? What do you think about their whole setup? Do you think they were very intelligent?
Yeah, they were very intelligent.
So what gives you the indication that they were very intelligent? What do you think? Why do you think they were?
What do you think?
Why do you think they were very intelligent?
Because they could make like really big pyramids, and they had a lot of work to do, and they really could make great designs.
Yeah, they were very skilled, weren't they? They had a lot of skills. Now let's well, everybody seems to be kind of splitting there. We hate that. Well, we still got 20 minutes left. And EOM and Knock, thanks so much for still hanging out here with us. I seriously think everybody was waiting for the song. We played the song, and everybody started to leave, didn't they? Is that what you think?
Why are they waiting for what does it mean by waiting for the song? Mean they wanted to hear it?
Yeah, as soon as we played the song, everybody was like, phew, and gone.
Look at Mitchell. Any kid who knows Sneferu is my kid. Why don't you call in?
That's them. And we could say, well, ask him. Why doesn't he call in? Ask Knock. Say, why don't you call in, Knock?
Why don't you call in, Knock?
There you go. So, so now you know your daddy went to some of the Mayan ruins. If you see, he says he's shy. Oh,
that's okay.
There you go. What about the Mayans and the Aztecs? Have you ever heard of December 21st, 2012?
It's the year?
Well, yeah, but there's something that a lot of people think it's a very special date. Have you ever heard anybody talk about it?
No.
You haven't? Okay, we won't get a lot into that then. We won't. So, what do you think so far? Are you enjoying being on the show?
Yeah.
Really like this? Think you could do your own show?
Yeah.
Yeah?
When I get a little older.
When you get a little older? Yeah. All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's just take a quick little couple-minute break right fast.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
You take a quick little break. We're going to take just about a minute break here. We usually don't around this time of the show, but just about a minute and a half because honestly I need to stretch my legs for 1 second. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, and or come in and join us either way. Looking for a good audiobook? Well, with over 40,000 titles to choose from, Audible is the site for you. And if you sign up today, you'll even receive one free download. Just visit www.audiblepodcast.com/shadows. That's www.audible.podcast.com/shadows. There we go. As soon as I can get my mic to unmute there, I'll say we are back. You just have to take a quick little break, stretch our legs here, and this is the kids' take on the paranormal. We've been having a lot of fun tonight talking with my children, my niece, nephew. We had some children call in. That was wonderful. I want to thank you so much for that participation. We've got probably about 16, 17 minutes left of the show here. And, you know, we've done a 2-hour show. You've been on the show for 2 hours tonight. Pretty long time. So we've got to hear a little bit of the take of the paranormal of some of my children and relatives. And I think it's been very fun. And, of course, playing the song, we had nothing but a blast doing that. And we're trying to encourage some call-ins there from EOM and Knock there in the chat room. Orion says he wants to talk to you. So do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
Tell him, call in.
Call in, please. I want to talk to someone.
There you go. And we got Aztec Knight joining us back. So there we go there. So
You got Aztec?
yeah, see Aztec Knight up here in the chat room. So they're hanging. Oh wait, here we go. Here we go. So
yeah.
We'll see if we can get us a call in here. But yes, you know, a lot of fun tonight. I think this show has been long overdue myself. So now you have got to meet the kids, and especially the voice behind the Radar Show commercial that everybody likes. You remember doing that commercial? That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of their views on the paranormal. So let's welcome. Hello, Robert.
Hi, Jeremiah. Hi, Orion. How are you?
All right. Robert, I'm going to give the headphones over to Orion, okay?
Okay.
All right. Say hello. He's on there.
Hello, Robert.
Hi, Orion. How are you?
Good.
Good. So tell me, what are you afraid of in the dark?
Ghost. I can't see that well.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's really scary because I'm thinking, like, someone could, like, sneak up on me.
Are you alone in the bedroom?
Well, sometimes when my brothers ain't there and Mommy and Daddy sleep on the other side of there.
Oh, okay. I know when I was a kid, I always had to keep my feet covered because I thought a hand would come out from under the bed and grab my toes. But I don't want to give you ideas.
Okay.
Well, let's see. What else can I talk to you about? I must admit, I'm a little bit at a loss myself. I can't sing.
Me either.
It seems you were managing pretty well. Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think too.
Okay. I think Jeremiah, are you there?
Okay, I'll give it to him.
Okay.
Are you there, Robert?
Yes, hi.
Okay. I'm sorry, we only have one set of headphones, so we were kind of sharing it there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just kind of got at a loss there for a minute.
No, that is fine. That is fine. That's such a fun show tonight.
Oh, it was great. And like I said, the song was worth tuning in for.
Well, it seems like we played that and then everybody split.
I'm sure one had nothing to do with the other.
Yeah, so but, that was a lot of fun there. I see. A lot of great. I mean, what do you think about some of the call-ins that we had in tonight? I mean, and for those who maybe not know, Robert is author of the President's Vampire. He's a regular here on the show, and really a huge part of the show anymore, which is great. So, what do you think about some of the opinions we got tonight? Some interesting takes and perceptions on some stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was certainly surprised to hear Orion's ideas on reincarnation. And,
yeah.
And I think I really wonder. I must admit, I don't remember having any previous lives when I was a kid. Maybe I'm a fresh soul. I don't know.
Well, I'm the same way. I don't really remember myself.
And I don't remember anyone trying to set me straight either.
Yeah, that was kind of odd, wasn't it? But I remember having some very interesting little things with me, which I think I talked to you about growing up on 27 acres of woods, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So you were almost destined to have some crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, I grew up in the middle of one of the biggest suburbs in the United States, and it's strange because I grew up in a town without ghost stories, without legends. It pretty much never existed until a few years before we moved in. And maybe that's one of the reasons I've always been so attracted to it, because we never had those things. It was like I felt left out, so I've been making up for it ever since.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, while we've got you on, we got a little bit of time left here. What about paranormal stories when you were a kid? Anything ever happened to you that stuck out?
No, never, not once, never in my life. In fact, I remember kids having some things they could do to, like the Bloody Mary. There was always Bloody Mary, where you looked into the mirror and said Bloody Mary 13 times, and her face was supposed to appear in the mirror. And I apart from that, I remember a lot of urban legends. Oh, the lady in the mall parking lot who turned out to be a man with hairy knuckles who tried to get someone to take her for a ride, and the police arrested her, and they discovered an axe in her purse, that sort of story. We heard plenty of those, but when it came to paranormal, well, UFOs were very popular when I was a kid. In fact, I remember my brother going out into the park and throwing a Frisbee in the air and photographing it as UFOs. He was writing a book report about it back in the 1970s, and that was the big subject when I was a kid. UFOs and the Bermuda Triangle, which I think has finally gone the way of the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it was my own interest that kept me going.
Wow. Well, now, let me say this. While I know that Aztec Night is in our chat room, I just got a message from Aztec on our forum that said that my evil reign of Burger Time will be over. So, no, bring it on. You beat my Burger Time score, I'll come and beat yours. So
yes, and this is one more thing that we have to remind listeners about is the forum, which has a lot of neat things available to people who sign up.
Yes, most definitely. And that's what we're talking about. There's an arcade, and if you ever remember, I remember playing Burger Time when I was little. I mean, here we are talking about, kids. I love Burger Time. If you ever played Burger Time when you were little, well, guess what? You can go to our forum and play it and try to keep the high score. So I think, let me see how long my score has been setting there. They claim it's going to be over. Oh, wow, she's like tearing it up right now.
Oh.
I think it's a combination of her and her kids, so we may have to stick some rules in there. Oh, let's see, Burger Time. Where is it at? Oh, they may have. It's been quite a while, I guess.
Burger Time, I found it. Down at the top of that one.
Well, that's how many times it's been played. I was trying to see how long I had been the champion for. I don't see it anymore. Oh, but yeah, go over and sign up to our forum. It's shadowsinthedarkradio.com/community. We're building it up. That's great. I said we've got a couple more new members, so that's wonderful. I'm glad to see that. And kids can sign up for the forum. We're trying to set some right now. If they're under the age of 13, they can't, but we're trying to set something up where basically we get a permission slip goes to the parents. So
that's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we're trying to do something like that because, we really attempt to make the show as family-friendly as possible. We know we have a lot of listeners that listen with their kids, as a matter of fact. And it's the same idea with the forum. We want to keep it clean, keep it, where anyone can go and learn about the paranormal and not be scared to death about it,
I know, that's why I go there.
But it's wonderful. Well, Robert, I'll let you go ahead and go.
Okay.
We've got a few minutes here, and I'm going to close it out with Mr. Orion here.
Okay.
And see how he looks at a few more things. So thanks for calling in.
All right. Good night, Jeremiah. Good night, Orion.
All right.
Nice talking to you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
so much people.
I know. There were a couple more people joined us there. So LCGH and Bruce, thank you so much. We have been talking, we've got just about 10 minutes left in the show, actually a little less. We have been talking about the paranormal with the kids tonight. We've had my son, who is still left with us at this point, is Orion. Hello. We had my niece and nephew on, as well as my youngest child, who is 3 years old, and we've had some call-ins from some of the children tonight, and it's been such an interesting show. And we played a song for everybody, didn't we?
Yeah.
The Paranormal song is a song that we wrote, me and my 4 children, my 4 boys, which was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Well, Ryan, we've got about 8 minutes or so left. Is there anything that you would like to say, or maybe we didn't cover that you feel maybe we wanted to talk about, that you've thought about yourself when it comes to the paranormal? We're a little closer to the mic. Is there anything you really want to say? You hyped up on all the popsicles?
Those popsicles are making my brain.
Don't have anything?
I'm trying to think.
All right, well, you think for just a minute. So he's sitting down. He's going to give a little bit of thought to that. Definitely, if you're listening to the archive, thank you so much for listening to the archives as well. We appreciate it, any way that we have our listeners here. And for all those who turned out tonight, as we kind of close up to an end, we're still letting Orion think. But to let you know, what do we have coming up? Well, this is what we have. We have... Did you figure out something? Think something?
Well, did you ask about what I learned?
Well, what did you learn? Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about that we maybe not covered?
I can't think of anything we didn't cover.
Well, come here. Help me read all this then. Let's tell everybody what we've got coming up over the next. Let's check our switchboard, make sure we're not getting any phone calls, and let's find it again. All right, so now on the 24th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, what's the name of the show?
Fortean Zoology.
It's the Center for Fortean Zoology, and that is going to be with our guest Nick Redfern, who is going to join us for 2 hours that night to talk about UFOs and cryptozoology. Now, cryptozoology is talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster.
2 hours, but it's already been like a show. What show are we?
Well, this will be Thursday's show.
Oh.
All right, and then on July 27th, what's the name of this show?
Topcast, Bigfoot, and the Trail of Tears.
That's right. And no, maybe we can see if we can get Nick to sing. Now, wouldn't that be hilarious if we could get him to join us and sing the song with us? Well, that would be funny. So on July 27th, we are going to be joined by Topcast, Toppy Linsacoma, who is the host of Topcast right here on Blog Talk Radio. If you haven't checked out his show, please do so. It is a great show. He does a really good job. He's an excellent host. But we're going to talk about Bigfoot. He's going on a Bigfoot expedition. He's going out by himself with some drums, a few other things. And as a matter of fact, he should be doing this either right now or through this weekend. And he's going to join us on that day to talk about it if he had any kind of Bigfoot experience. So now what about, then that's at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, Orion, what about July 31st?
The Professor Slim King and the Hoodoo Box.
Hoodoo
Box.
That's right, the Professor Slim King and the Hoodoo Box. This show is going to be weird. Let me just put it that way. It's going to be strange. We're going to do some weird stuff. I know that for sure. So make sure to tune into that one because we're going to be doing some mental. He's a mentalist. So we're going to be doing some psychic experiments with myself, with the radio, with the listening audience. So now here, what about this one? August the 3rd.
100th show celebration and Badge State weirdness.
There we go. So we've got the 100th show celebration and Badger State weirdness. On August the 3rd, we are celebrating our 100th show. Yes, you heard that correctly. 100 shows. Wow, that is just crazy. I can't believe we've done 100 shows.
Yeah.
But we're going to be joined the first hour by Linda Godfrey, and you may know her more notably with the Beast of Bray Road. But in this case, she is coming on to talk about Weird Wisconsin, Weird Michigan, things like that. She is has written numerous books on the subject of the weird and strange around that area. So we're going to bring her on for that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be the first hour, and then the celebration begins during the second hour, where we are going to celebrate our 100th show. I can't believe it, 100 shows. You think your daddy would ever make 100 shows?
Yes, I wouldn't.
You think I would make it this far with the show?
Yeah.
You have faith in me?
Mhm.
All right, we'll get straight from my own son says that I can do it.
4 minutes left.
All right, yes, we have 4 minutes left, and let's see, we got one more show already scheduled, and this is called A Skeptic's Look at the Paranormal on August the 7th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be joined by spook hunters Owen Slider. Now, Owen is a ghost hunter. He is a paranormal researcher, but he does not believe in ghosts. Is that strange?
Yeah.
That is strange, and he is he has a lot of humor. He's a very funny guy. If you listen to the Henry Blackheart is Dead release show on.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he was on that show as well. So he's going to join us for 2 hours.
Sweet.
So that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I always look forward to every show. Well, we've got about 3 minutes left. Do tiger hunters believe in tigers? What do you think? Knox Saxon, what do you think? Think tiger hunters believe in tigers?
I'm sure they do.
Well, why do we have a ghost hunter that doesn't believe in ghosts?
I don't know, but I think some people couldn't believe tigers if they hunt tigers.
Oh, now why do you think it's so hard to get evidence that there are ghosts?
Because they're like invisible and they barely can drop anything, and they're just made out of spirit, and it's hard to, and they don't really push anything. They're trying to keep secrets.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, Ryan, we got just a couple minutes left before we end. Would you like to tell everybody, thank them for listening to the show, anything like that?
Well, I hope you enjoyed the show, and good night.
I know it's way past your bedtime, isn't it? All right. Now, well, let me ask you this. One last question for you. So, listening, are there things that you're afraid of, like ghosts and Bigfoot and things? Do they scare you?
Mhm.
So they do? Now, after listening to this show and some of Daddy's other shows, what do you think? They still scare you?
Well, they kind of scare me still.
Mhm.
But they don't scare me a little bit. Well, they don't scare me a little bit.
They don't scare you as much anymore?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, I'll be honest with you. If I was to see a ghost or a Bigfoot, I would be scared too.
But then when you hear they won't hurt you, you'll be a little bit less scared.
That's right. I mean, it still would be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
And a little bit of fear because of it's something new. So, maybe not as scared as you would be. So, and I know Aztec had already talked about that. Her and her kids were talking a little bit about the paranormal there and some things that had surprised her, and that's great. That's wonderful. That is the purpose of this show. Like I said, I've got 4 kids. I love kids, and I think they're amazing, the knowledge that they can take in, and I think it's important that we teach them what our mysterious universe holds. Why do we want to hold it back from them? It just makes no sense to me. My kids listen to almost every show that we have. So, I think it's important. Teach your kids. Don't scare them, but let them know it's out there, that it does exist. So, Ryan, let's tell everybody goodbye because we've got just a little bit of time left. So, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye, and thanks for listening.
And we will see you this Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And always remember to be watchful of those shadows in the dark.
Be watchful of those shadows in the dark.
There you go. All right. Well, good night, everybody, and we'll see you Thursday.
Shadows in the dark.